Ready.
All righty. So welcome to the webinar, How to Use Social Media Marketing to Win More Deals. And today's agenda will be following. We are going to discuss together with Emma, the professional and customer success manager from Tracklution, and definitely me myself as a partner and founder of Seidat. And currently I'm responsible of our growth actions in all over the Europe as a chief revenue director at Seidat. And I have I think a little bit over 20 years experience in very various different type of positions in sales and marketing in different SaaS companies. But let's go to the agenda. So why proposal closing behavior is your hidden gold mine? It's something that the companies has done many years before in B2C, in business to consumer business, but today we are talking about especially for business to business angle. And how to send presentation views as a conversion signals to your ad platform. So how to target your paid advertising based on proposal openings. And the exact solution, Emma will show that how the exact solution will be built and implemented. So how to integrate Tracklution and Seidat to track, share, and have these feedback loops. And definitely at the end, Emma will also provide us some great use cases and success stories of our current customers. But before we go to the exact Tracklution, we will start as a small nutshell brief about what is Seidat. So Seidat is a sales tool to maintain, to manage, to share, to track, and analyze your sales materials and use of your sales materials. The kind of the new age name for modern sales process and digital sales tool is a digital sales room, which means that all the necessary materials that are what are needed to convince and discuss and build the trust and show the real examples and the return of the invest of your solution to your end customer is being presented by one single room. So in Seidat you can create very visual, very good looking interactive content, especially e-proposals. And you can present them. And there is some feature that I'm gonna now to show you, but I'm using it is a presenter view. So I'm using a presenter view when I'm presenting my Seidat presentations. Also, the sharing is one very important part of it. You can share very easily these digital sales rooms and all of your e-proposals, all of your marketing and sales contents, fact sheets, etc. by one link. And this one link is a trackable, measurable source of data. And you can analyze how the sales are using the materials. So you really know that are they showing these venues, are they showing these products, these services, what we have agreed with the sales leadership that we should present for these kind of customers. So you really know that which kind of materials are used in different use cases. And definitely you can develop and manage to your current content. It can be managed by centralized. It could be automatically updated by centralized management, or it could be updated locally per property or per workspace. And the whole flow will end for the signing. So when these same materials can be added as a signing feature, so then it will form a contract between the customer and end customer and you can use our electronic signing capabilities. Let's see, I have by the way, battery problem. I have a 30% left, so I need to when Emma, you will start, I will go pick up a charger.
That's fine.
Okay, why digital sales room? We want to give our customers to have an opportunity to serve their end customers as a diamond level buying experience. All the important relevant materials are combined in one place, and we are going to also add communication channel there. So if you are currently using as a chat provider, chat vendor, some kind of chat system, you can add it to your current digital sales room. Also, it could be kind of called asynchronous chat. So, okay, my assistant here bring me a charger so I can have more power. The clock is now 4, so I need more power. But yeah, thank you. It's easy. I was telling about how to use chat function also inside of this one combined digital sales room. There can be also asynchronous chat, which means that the customer can give and ask some questions in any time of an hour or weekends or evening of the Sunday, but the salesperson will answer for that asynchronous chat when he is available again. So that is the part of interactive and easy communications with the customer. And definitely there's an opportunity to add also AI chatbot inside of these digital sales rooms, which are serving 24/7, and it could be trained based on your current data, so it knows how to answer your most typical questions. And what happens when you combine everything in one presentation or kind of a digital sales room? You can have these memos, videos, it could be proposals, all kind of contact details, even website can be embedded inside of your presentations, Excel sheets, you can take your dynamic pricing, you can take from the pricing sheets from your PMS right inside of your sales presentation or your offer. You can have 360s there, still images, videos. So it's a very interactive way to build e-proposals. And here is just a small slide example that in this slide, it's embedded other Seidat presentations. So Seidat presentations can be inside in your current Seidat presentations. And here's just one example that how you can run different kind of materials inside of Seidat. This is an example of a very light e-proposal. Little bit more about the exact digital sales room. So this is one version of the view. So this kind of an microsite you can share from your workspace, we call these workspace. So say that accounts which you are using, and you have all your properties, all of your hospitality or hotel or your company materials there. You can share those through this digital sales room, which is this one link, and every link can be personalized per receiver. So you can have these proposals, presentations, PDFs, virtual tools, videos, images, calendars, floor plans, etc. Everything in here. And definitely it is a mobile friendly. The world is going on, moving forward to mobile first, and everybody is using a handheld devices. Here is just another example of the digital sales room, that how interactive your future proposals could be. And a little bit about the keeping everything update. In Seidat, we call these smart slides. So if you update a smart slide, which is already used in several different presentations, like if you have sent a fact sheet of your property to 200 different travel agencies and there was a mistake, or you have changed your service, or something has changed in the data of your current venues, so the room sizes or the room equipment or something, all of those 200 travel agencies materials are updated from one place, from Seidat Smart Lights. So you have always, your materials are always up to date, and you don't have mistakes. All the mistakes can be also be erased or fixed through centralized management. And here is a kind of one clear example of the proposal, the difference between e-proposal and the old traditional PowerPoint / PDF proposal. And then, whoops, let's go back here. So I need to activate this window inside of the presentation, so then it works, or not. Let's see, does it work now? It's activated. I don't want to test it anymore because I will jump. But if you embed the different presentations inside of this, you can change these slides. And I don't know why I cannot. Maybe it's the screen sharing why it doesn't. Now it activated. Yes. So this is just also a one different slide example of e-proposal towards to these old traditional PDFs. And why we are here today, and what was the topic? How to win more proposals by using retargeting. So when you are using a Seidat, this kind of modern digital sales room, and you are sending your current offers e-proposals, you will have this sharing link that I already described. But here is just one screenshot from our user interface. And all of these links can be customized based on the receiver. And so now I know that I have made this link from this presentation or this proposal to the Emma, that one to the Paulus, and the third one to Joona. And when you use this kind of proposal solution, this data can be used further. And that is something that Emma is going to tell us next, how to gain more benefits out from these offer openings. Well, thank you, Emma. It's your turn.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Teemu. That was a good introduction to Seidat. For those of you who don't know, I actually am very familiar with Seidat because I used to work at Seidat. So I know what I'm talking about today from Seidat perspective and also the conversion tracking perspective. For the past year, approximately, I have been working at Tracklution instead of Seidat. And here I work as a customer success manager. This basically means that I ensure that our clients are happy with our solution. But if you don't know what Tracklution is, it doesn't matter. It has enabled me to understand digital marketing, paid advertising, and conversion tracking in a year in very much detail. So that's why I am here today. You came here to learn how to use social media marketing to win more deals. Well, I will start by telling you exactly how you can do it right now and how you have probably done it. And then I will tell you how Tracklution and Seidat can help you achieve this even better. But the basic process is this. Let's say that you have a website. In the website, your clients maybe make lead form submissions. Maybe they download some packages, some brochures. They're doing stuff on your website. And this is usually being tracked with third-party cookies. So basically, advertising platforms have these cookies that you can install, or these tags that you can install on your website. This specific tag or pixel is now tracking what users do on your website. And the whole information is stored in this cookie. All right? The cookie then forwards this information to the ad platform. So if I would end up on Seidat website and I would scroll the pages there, I would read Seidat's blog, then maybe I would download some guides and so on. This cookie would track that and would send this information to different ad platforms. So then the ad platform knows that, okay, people like Emma have been interested in this website. Maybe we should try to find other people who are like Emma and then optimize the advertising towards these people. Or then maybe I want to retarget Emma because she already wants aimed that on my website. So this is the basic process. You track these people or these users, and then you start advertising towards them, maybe to warm them up in the sales process. After that, you close more deals because you're advertising with these people, and that's it. This is the whole process now. Okay, so this is the basic process. This is something you can achieve with a lot of different tools. If you just have, for example, Meta account, you just install the pixel on your website, and then you optimize your advertising towards these leads who end up on your website. That is possible right now, but that is not enough. And that's what we're going to discuss about today, why that is not enough and how you should do this process instead. What Tracklution does here, I will give you an introduction first to tell you why we exist, because this is quite important in this topic. I'm going to start from a problem that exists, and it's not necessarily only related to Tracklution. It's related to everybody who does digital advertising. So in 2025, there is a big problem, and it is the data loss in digital advertising. What this means is that when we install these third-party cookies that I showed you in the previous slide, those are being blocked. So right now, browsers, iOS devices, ad blockers, VPNs, and all these kind of privacy measures are blocking these cookies. This means that you no longer are able to actually track these people who end up on your website. And this is mainly only blocking third-party cookies. So if you install a Meta pixel or LinkedIn pixel or Google tag on your website, it is a third-party cookie because it is owned by the ad platform, and the data goes directly to the ad platform inside the browser. So basically, you will never have access to that data yourself before it already is at the ad platform's platform. So this is an issue. And why? Because digital advertising is based on algorithms. So basically, if you now are advertising on Facebook, you send your conversions to Meta. Meta then uses these conversions to optimize your ads, or Meta's algorithms are using these conversions to optimize your ads to this kind of people or to retarget to these specific people. The issue is that if you're doing tracking on the client side, so using third-party pixels and cookies, you are not able to feed the algorithms good data or enough data for them to work well. So your ad algorithms are not basically working efficiently at all because they don't get the accurate data. So what this means in the end? Well, you send less data, your advertising costs more, and you're spending way too much money on advertising and getting no results. Basically, this is only due to inefficient ad algorithms. And this is the issue that Tracklution is fixing. Just not to make this only about Tracklution, I will tell you right in the beginning that server-side tracking is the solution to this problem. And server-side tracking can be done without Tracklution or with Tracklution. So even if you don't want to use Tracklution, you can still do server-side tracking. All right. Now you might be thinking, what is server-side tracking? What is client-side tracking? Why am I looking at this slide with these texts when I came here to understand how I can use social media marketing to gain more customers? Well, this is unfortunately a very important factor here. So I will explain, and I will do my best to make it as simple as possible. Maybe some of you are very familiar with this term, but I will still give you like an overall idea of what is server-side tracking, what is client-side tracking, and why you should be focusing on trying to get to the server-side tracking part. All right, so this is the basic process. You have an advertisement on Google, Meta, wherever. People click your advertisement, they end up on your website where your session, so basically the stuff you do on the website, is stored in the browser cookie, as I mentioned before. Now, this data is forwarded to the ad platforms where the ad platforms use this data. As mentioned before, the issue is here. So cookie restrictions, broken sessions, ad blockers, VPNs, using multiple different platforms, connection issues, all of these are here, making it impossible for the ad platform to actually get good data. What is the fix here? How to do it? Well, now we talk about server-side tracking. So basically what we see here in this process, this is called client-side tracking or browser-side tracking, depending on what term you want to use. But basically, it means that all this data is stored in the cookie in the browser. The alternative way is to store all of this data on a server. Basically, when you store it in the server, it is your data, it is first-party data that you have collected. It is resistant to cookie restrictions, broken sessions are no longer an issue, ad blockers, VPNs, whatever. None of these are an issue anymore. And on top of that, you're able to connect different platforms. So basically what this means is that if I end up on your website, I submit a lead form, you're able to track this from the website. But after that, the process moves to a different system. So CRM, or maybe you're using Seidat and sending your offers from there. Well, normally you would not be able to track these conversions because they happened outside of the browser. They happen in a different system. But if you are using server-side tracking, you can send this data from other systems to the server from where you have already tracked the information from the website. So now we know that Emma has clicked this ad, came to the website, did some stuff there. All of this information is on the server. After that, at some point in the journey, you send an offer to Emma with Seidat, for example. You track that offer link and you send this information to the same server. In this case, it would be Tracklution. And then the server sees all of this data and knows that, okay, by clicking this ad, Emma ends up even to the offer stage. And then you can send all of this data to the ad platforms, and the ad platforms are able to optimize your ads based on real events, real important conversions, so offer viewed instead of the lead. And when you do it with server-side tracking, you are able to catch 100% of these conversions and not only, let's say, 70%. Now, what is Tracklution's role in this whole shebang? Well, we do server-side tracking, offline data, first-party cookies, everything in a plug-and-play method. So basically, if you have ever even considered server-side tracking, you probably know that normally these projects can take one person developer resource for many hours, hundreds of hours, can cost tens of thousands of euros, and can be very hard to achieve to be perfect. What we do it in 15 minutes, and then you have it and it works. So that's what we do basically at Tracklution, and that's how we help our customers to advertise better. But of course, you can do it also as a custom project. We don't discriminate here in this webinar. All right. So now we understand why tracking is important, and to make it very, very practical, very short, sit in, sit out. So if you send bad or shit data to your advertising platforms, you will get shitty results. It is simple as that. All right, to make it make it more down to earth, maybe not like shit in, shit out, this very like motivational speaker kind of stuff. So to bring it to real world, I will give you a case example. So here, I will introduce you a normal case that our clients usually have. So how to track the full funnel, your sales funnel basically, and optimize your ads with real conversions, not the lead form submissions or guide ordered or whatever happens on the website. All right, first I will explain what is the current status. So basically, what is the issue? We have somebody making an ad click, so they see your advertisement online, they click it, they end up on your website. Then they make a lead form submission. This can be basically anything that you have on the website. If you're working in the hospitality industry, this can be, for example, download a brochure of our package deal that we have for this specific hotel or this specific kind of event, or hotel fact sheet. Maybe you have all of these on the website to be downloaded from. So normally you do this, you track this, you have the lead event, and you send this to the ad platforms. And you do this client side, so the way that you should not be doing it. And the problem is here. Let's say you get 1,000 ad clicks. You get 100 lead form submissions. And then when you try to send them here, you're only able to send 60 of them, because 40 of them were having an iOS device with Safari, or they have ad blocker on their browser, or they just have bad internet connection. And as you heard and understood probably now, that those are very normal reasons. You don't have to have any big safety measures to be blocked from tracking. It's very normal things that you can have. Now, what is happening then? In the ad platforms, they are not getting good data. So basically, ad optimization is done with incomplete data. You only send half of the events, and also the events that you send or the conversions that you send are kind of low quality events. So for example, lead form submission doesn't mean that this person will buy. Maybe you have 1,000 lead form submissions and then 5 people actually buy. Of course, you would like to maybe optimize your advertising based on these 5 people, not the 1,000 people, because 995 of them never bought anything, so they're not really too valuable for you. So this is the current status, that is the problem status. Then we can move on to the future status. Maybe some of you already have this in place. In that case, this is current status for you too, but for many of you, maybe this is the future status where you want to be. So basically, how to solve this issue. Let's say that we have the same process. People click on your ads, they end up on your website. They make still the lead form submission or downloading brochures or whatever they do on the website, and all of this is tracked. Then we have a viewed offer. So let's say that a sales guy was in contact with this person who wanted to be contacted. Maybe they made a contact form submission on the website. Then the sales guy sends them an offer. Or maybe you even automatically send these offers. It doesn't matter if it's a real person or not. But this person is now receiving an offer. And if they use Seidat, they receive this offer as a link. So instead of having a PDF as an attachment to an email or a letter coming to your post, I don't know if that is possible anymore, but maybe, who knows, or smoke signs or like a letter pigeon or something, but that is untrackable. But if you send it with Seidat or with a link, basically, then you can track this information because it's online. And now we are already way further in the process that we can track. After that, the offer is signed. If you use Seidat, You can use e-sign. So basically the same offer that you send can then turn up to be a signed deal. Now you can send all of these conversions to your server-side container. For example, to your Tracklution server-side container. In Tracklution, we are now, or in the server, we are able to capture all of these stages of the process, and all of them means 100% of them, because server-side tracking is resistant to ad blockers. Tracklution uses first-party cookies, so those are not blocked either. And you are able to get all the data that you want, no matter where it happens. So also offline data, some events or conversions that happen outside of your website. You're able to bring all of this data there, and then you have the whole funnel tracked. Now what this means in practice, well, you send the right conversion to the ad platforms. Instead of stopping here in the lead form submission, you can send offer viewed. And then you can optimize your advertising based on these people who viewed the offers instead of those who made the form submission. Or you can optimize your ads even based on these people, so the people who actually really buy from you. When you optimize your ads with these, for example, Meta can find look-alike audiences, so it will find other people who are similar to these who have bought from you before, and then make advertising to those. So the end game here is that your ad optimization is happening now with complete data and high quality events. So it's no longer shit in, shit out. It's good that I in, good result. That doesn't sound as good as the shit in, shit out. But it's like, the idea is there behind it. But yeah, so basically this is the basic case that we have with our clients. Most likely Seidat clients has the same thing too happening, but if you have not tried server-side tracking, you maybe think that this is some shit in, shit out situation that Emma is now explaining. Don't believe me, believe our clients. So here's 2 examples. Yummy, our client, were using Tracklution for 6 months. They optimized their ads with good data, good quality events, and they were able to get their customer acquisition cost down by 18% only in 6 months. Also, they were able to increase their new client acquisition by 26% in 6 months. So this is a proof that if you really send good data and optimize your ads to the right people at the right time, you can actually get some money out of it. So return on its investment is real and it's profit. All right, that was a lot of talking from my side. And right now I would like to ask if anybody has questions to me, to Teemu, about Seidat, Tracklution, these processes, how to use this data, what to do in the ad platforms, whatever. I am an open book, and I assume so is Teemu too.
Definitely. Please ask at low barrier about pretty much everything related to this topic. But if you don't get any answers, I have a couple questions that I need to ask from you.
All right, I am ready for that. If you have any questions, people in the audience, we have the chat in Google Meet. So on the right-hand side, you should see this box where you can write your messages. So please shoot the questions there. And while we wait that you type or think how you should write the question or put it, Teemu, feel free to ask your questions. I am ready. Or I don't know if it was to me or the audience, but if it's to me, I'm happy to answer.
Let's hope that this is not too tricky for you, but I'm gonna hit you hard. So
Okay, let's see.
when we are talking, this is something which is very familiar in B2 consumer business. Advertising, retargeting, advertising for paid ads is kind of an many years done process in consumer business, but it's a little bit new thing in business to business. And if I track the offer opened conversion,
Yeah.
and then if I send it to the ad platform like Meta, Google Ads, LinkedIn, how I can use these conversions for remarketing or account-based marketing. So when we're talking about B2B business, there are cases that they want to work with big enterprises which have a huge audience of different stakeholders that you need to promote your service or your product. So how that really works?
Oh, excellent question. Different ad platforms work in slightly different ways. I can show you examples, for example, from Meta, Google Ads, and then LinkedIn. I know these are especially in B2B, LinkedIn is very important. So the process is very similar. Just a second, I will show something while I so it's easier. All right. So I have this slide about bottom of funnel events. Basically, this means using events or conversions like offer viewed or purchase or whatever happens at the end of the sales funnel. So how to use those events in the ad platforms. First, in Meta Ads, you can create the term they use is custom audience. And basically, you create this custom audience from these users who have triggered the interesting event. So, for example, offer opened, offer viewed, offer signed, whatever it is. And then you can use this audience that you have there to either retarget these people. So let's say that this event that we're using is offer viewed, not offer signed. So they are not yet converted, but very close to it. Then maybe you want to retarget these people with some urgency-driven ads like, hey, here's a discount code, or, buy it before it runs out, or I don't know, softwares rarely run out. But in hospitality, I mean, some space can be sold out for a specific period of time, of course. So running out of stuff is a real thing that can happen. All right. The other way you can use this audience is to build these look-alike audiences. So basically, it means that Meta's algorithms try to find other users that are similar to this user that has bought from you. So basically, trying to find some other potential buyers for you. Then I have the same from Google Ads. Basically, it works very similar way, but the term is custom segment. So basically, you send these conversions now to Google Ads. You create a custom segment from these conversions, and then you can do remarketing to these specific people. If you track offer viewed event, let's say that you send a Seidat offer to 1,000 people and 500 of them open it, then you have an audience of 500 people, to make it simple, who you can retarget with your advertising then. And of course, you can send whatever events. So it doesn't have to be these offer viewed events. It can be even offer about product 1 or offer about product B has been opened. And then you can make even more specified advertising that, hey, I know you're interested in this space that we are renting out. Please act now, or however you want, or however you want to do it. So basically possible. Then we get to LinkedIn ads, which is a little bit different. So basically, in LinkedIn, you use the conversions as conversion-based matched audience. I had this look at from the slide because these are very similar terms, but a little bit different. And you can use it, yes, similarly as in Meta and Google Ads, but LinkedIn also has this possibility that you add company name parameter. So you basically send information, for example, about Teemu. We have Teemu from Seidat. So instead of just sending Teemu's click ID and Teemu's email to LinkedIn, you would also send Teemu's company name that Teemu has given to you at some point in the process. Let's say when he made a lead form submission or asked for an offer. And when you send this company name to LinkedIn, LinkedIn can use it for account-based retargeting. So basically, then you can show advertisement to everybody who works at Seidat. This is LinkedIn specific, but it makes sense because people have their company information there available. But yeah, in LinkedIn, you can do also account-based marketing based on the offer viewed by somebody in the company, basically. And I can see that there are actually questions in the chat. I wonder if these were about something that I just talked about or new. Is there a way to exclude certain audience groups from tracking or advertising lookalikes, say people who visit the website frequently but aren't part of my RCP, for example, small one-person businesses? Yes, that is absolutely possible. So basically, you could, for example, track these people if you're able to see who these people are. So they have some common denominator. One of our clients actually is excluding certain people based on, if I'm not completely mistaken, zip code from their advertising, because they know that people from this zip code do not usually buy. So they are excluding specifically these people from their advertising. You can either do it so that you don't track all together these conversions. So basically then the ad platforms never get an idea that, okay, we should maybe show these advertising to these people because you never show that these converted. And the other way that I think, Madina, you're asking is that you can track these people and also use them as excluding, at least in Meta. I'm 100% sure it is possible in Meta. I'm assuming it's possible also in the other platforms. But in Meta specifically, you can exclude people if you're able to track it or send the conversion, like make a list out of these people, basically. One example of this is that you exclude people from your advertising who have already bought from you. So then the purchase event is basically, or the purchase conversion is used as like exclude, like how to exclude these people from your advertising. They already bought, so why should you spend money on advertising to them unless you want to do some cross-selling and so on? But this is like that. Let's not go into that now.
Yeah. But in the end, the data gives you an opportunity to include or exclude based on your
Exactly. Needs. Exactly. So whatever is your advertising strategy, you do the targeting based on that.
If I get it right, if we talk about P2P contacts, and let's have an example for like big corporate customers like BMW, which are operating in many different locations, in many different level of stakeholders. With this more added data to your advertising commercial platforms to retarget your ads gives you an possibility or opportunity to influence a much more wider group of people in these enterprises. So that's a game changer.
Exactly. And this is like companies, just one parameter you can use, for example, in LinkedIn. This is something that B2C companies have used for a long time. They are targeting people, let's say Emma, who is from Helsinki. I will get advertisement about events happening in Helsinki. It could be also Emma that works at Tracklution. I could be getting advertising that is interesting to Tracklution, or like this. Like it's,
Indeed.
I don't know how people don't use this too well. Maybe because the tracking part can be a bit hard, but as I showed in the beginning, it is very easy with Tracklution, so there is no reason to not do it.
Yeah, and if you think about also the old traditional sales process, it lies for your kind of old dated PDFs, PowerPoints, etc. There is no way to track those. But with modern interactive e-proposals, you can get all different kind of information based on your proposals and use that same information as your account-based marketing for the corporate accounts, as an example.
Exactly.
But you can't do that without server-side tracking and interactive e-proposals.
Exactly. You cannot ever know if somebody opened the PDF that they downloaded from your email and then opened it from their computer's file. That is, like, I will tell you, if you're a little bit like shocked about how well people can be tracked, you cannot track people's computers like this. So it will never happen. I think, fortunately, like, people can have some privacy. But if you send a link, that is very much trackable.
If there's no more questions, I have a follow-up question. So if I send an offer like a CMO for a marketing department, and I will send the Seidat link, so I will send an e-proposal, and the link is also opened by his supervisor, like CEO. So can I do also remarketing for the CEO? Because I sent it originally the Seidat link to the marketing director, but but most likely he has delivered also the proposal for the CEO. So can I target somehow also the CEO?
Yes. So basically, there is some limitations. If we are talking about Meta ads or Google ads, where you cannot target people based on the company they work for, that is LinkedIn specific. So in LinkedIn, it's very easy if you just get the company name. But if we talk about Meta ads and Google ads, if at some point, let's say it was 6 months sales process, at some point, the CEO has arrived to your website and also given their contact data. So for example, they sign up for a webinar, or they download a brochure and give their email address. Then you can also retarget this person when they go to the offer and open it, even if the offer was not sent to them, it was sent to the CMO who sent it to the CEO. So with Meta and Google Ads, if you get the email at some point and the person opens the offer in their browser, Tracklution is able to catch that. So we see these two different, it doesn't matter if it happens like 8 months apart, we still know that, okay, in this browser we have Teemu Hirvonen using it. So we can then send this information to Meta that Teemu Hirvonen has opened this offer. So please add it to our retargeting campaigns. But with LinkedIn ads, as I mentioned before, if we are in discussions with the CMO, we already have the CMO's information in, for example, CRM. So we have contact data, we have the company information and all of that. Then we can also use the company name for account-based marketing there. So LinkedIn gives a little bit more possibilities in this sense, but can be also done with Meta, Google Ads, and the other platforms too.
Thank you, Emma. That was all of my questions. And do we have any more questions in the chat? I believe
so. At least not new ones. Now there's less chances to ask. I will be also answering my LinkedIn DMs or email, and Teemu will be doing the same. If you have questions a little bit later on, it doesn't matter if you cannot put it in words right now, we will still answer them, but nothing in the chat, at least now.
Definitely we will get back to everybody, and I believe, Emma, that we will share our materials for all the participants of this.
Yes.
So you will get all the slides for the both of the Seidat and the Tracklution after the seminar, after the webinar. But thank you, everybody. That's it. It was nice to meet you all, and thank you for you attending. And let's see us in the next webinar. We are going to have 2 to 3 more webinars in this year, and see you there. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye.